Banyangu is a big farmer here. So you're most welcome. Kakuru. Naband mwena bariyaha from different organizations, companies, farmers. Mwena ntubasima mwe bari kwija okubanitu. Nyenda kwakira Fande Karogo. Thank you so much. Nemirimo ya government yo kuhereza na mnonga ombintu bya uretse creation kandi ukabukoraje mnonga we appreciate it nk'abanyambara kandi office ya hotelmu nkiri omurodi ya nagamba tarmu ebyo kukigo kunoko. Thank you so much for serving your country very well. My aunt Ruth Nakshemerwa ogwakabaho from RDC kandi still nkada wa NRM die hard by the way. Thank you so much for loving your party. Nabandi mwena, all of you here in your capacities, thank you so much. Nanabagambire, if you don't feel okay, what are maybe headaches, worry, uncomfortable, those guys of Red Cross. After here, after breakfast, some group of people, I want to appreciate you, Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert, you can also stand up once again. Stand up. Thank you so much, Robert, for investing. The investment mazmaninu njumnonga kandi such people by the way should be recognized. Mterenga rozamani. Thank you so much. Kandi nka MC na nikushaba kunywana. Those are our benefits by the way. So after here I want to save your number. These are our benefits. Okay. I'm waiting, so I think the ushering team you will help me. And Robert, you will also go with them. So, abandi, mzakwemera just kwala tahemu mjinyo wetu. Mzakwemera tumurirecognize inje, then tima mwachire, then we shall continue. Pora. But we thank God that, and we thank Masita for this organization, for this arrangement and this engagement. So if you're at home, feel free, members. So after welcoming our minister, we shall go for breakfast. Our congestion, we shall be picking so that the working breakfast, of course. Yes, just you pick your kachai, then you sit, we continue. We don't have that time to wait. So, our minister, Honorable Minister, I think, just in few seconds, she will be entering. And we are happy, we are very much privileged that we have her at this time. You can stand up really for recognition. Our minister, you are most welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for visiting Mbarara City. You are most welcome and you are loved, by the way. Thanks for representing us very well. And thanks for coming. May the Lord bless you so much. And you're smart, so you're very smart, by the way. You're most welcome, Minister. Thank you for loving your party. Thank you for representing us very well. Mbarara City are very much of your presence. Mterenga zamani mnonga. Yebari mnonga. You can have a seat, members. On behalf of these people, our dear minister, harmonious stay, harmonious living. Really, we appreciate your work, and we thank the president that he appointed you, Honorable Minister Margaret. Now, yes, maybe because of Nanimbashaba, let us have just one stanza of national anthem. I don't know whether you have it. Just one stanza of national anthem. We put it. And it's up. Okay. as we are planning for the 21st function, and we shall be communicating, we shall be telling you more things about that day. So maybe Nani Shaba, the ushering team, please Jennifer, come forward, and Sophie. So in Zakutala still we're going to do like this. These people will be reaching a table. Then you go there, pick your kachai or anything. Then you come back. Then as we continue. Or you are still satisfied. Can we proceed? Are you okay? Others are saying no, others are saying yes. So which is which? You want elections here? No, please. So we continue? No. Okay. We have to follow the majority. That is democracy, by the way. Yes. So I will request the ushering team, you'll be taking. Yes, please, members, keep seated. Members, I request you, keep seated. This usher will be finding you there. Just remember me, usher are taking a table by table, table by table. I think that one is clear. Abani, Iga, Marvin Clark, Just Trades Agencies Limited, Supplies, Logistics and Distribution, Customs Clearance. Thank you so much. Then I recognize you because then you can interact with people so that we can know each other and so that we can feel comfortable. About global coaches, global coaches, yes, global Basim Muzmanya, we should appreciate such people. Thank you so much for the transportation services. Global coaches.
Zero Pro the Wheels King. A DJ with magic hands, which makes you dance to the tune. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as he takes you through music mix. Swag Zero DJs Entertainment.
Back in the innocent days, there was a young cowboy who was in love with a Mexican girl. Only she didn't know it. Watch her as she walked by, and her cotton dress would dance in the wind, and her eyes held the stars. Now she was the most beautiful thing that cowboy had ever seen. Sent down straight from heaven.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. Are you the broker?
The original one.
I was told you have very good rentals.
That is right. How many bedrooms do you want?
I want 3 bedrooms.
Okay, did I tell you of the price?
Yes, of course. 500,000.
No. This side, the salary went a bit high.
Why?
Because The paint we use is of good quality, so the place gained the value.
Which paint?
Global paint.
How?
For the ceiling, for us we use global matte, and for the inside walls we use global silk vinyl.
Okay, tell me about the outside walls.
Outside we use global weather coat emulsion so that the walls don't peel.
Ha!
Hey.
I'm really impressed. The precision you put while painting, I'm willing to pay any amount.
That is true, because here for us quality is paramount, and the place becomes umite.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
The River Jordan, where Jesus was baptized, by the way. But they are creating wealth in that tiny country full of contradictions. So here we have vast land, good climate, all the rivers and lakes, and we are producing less. Why? Even what we are producing is troubled by the post-harvest losses. We went around this factory, and I heard a lot from you guys, and I was like, really, why can't we do intensive agriculture? Intensive agriculture that in this small tent, you can get 10 lorries of food. This is being done in other countries. In just greenhouses, people are producing a lot of food, and they process it. Because there is a time when they can't grow anything, when they have winter. But because they process it, that's what we buy as packed food. And it's not as healthy as our organic food. But they pack it and export it. You find us buying tomatoes, packed tomatoes in supermarkets. Very unhealthy because of the additives for them to survive for a long time. You traders, I really want to applaud you because you are the people who are going to accelerate industrialization in this country. Add value, focus on agro-processing, make cooperative societies, build infrastructure partnerships that will link local production to regional and global markets. When I asked our friends here, they say they're exporting to the Congo, maybe South Sudan and Rwanda, and that's it. We need to look beyond this Africa if we have to make, because the president says we are comparing dwarfs with the dwarfs. We need to compare ourselves with giants in order for us to move forward. You know, development comes at a very high cost. America took slaves. Europe and plundered. But we won't do that. We shall only take bold steps towards the right direction. This city will develop plans that emphasize sustainable industrialization. What do I mean by sustainable? That if you started this maize mill, let it be here for posterity. Let it not survive now, but look at 50 years from now. That after 50 years, this factory will be up and running. You've really captured a good idea as traders. And this can be a catalyst when we move to this industrialization. Beyond simple exchange of active investments and systems, we can do have developed, and they were at the same level as Uganda 30 years ago. But in 30 years, a country called China has done the things that took America 250 years to achieve, have been done by China in only 30 years. But do you know what? Everybody was involved in this development. They are very patriotic people, by the way. They have only one part, the communist part of China. They are not divided here. We have FDC, NOPA here, what, DP, what. Everyone is fighting for a position. The other people are fighting to manufacture. Even children in nursery school are doing something that they are exporting here in Uganda. Come on. And yet we pause that we have the youngest population in the world. What are they doing? They are in trading centers, heckling leaders, talking about the church, how it's not important anymore, and discussing football. You and wa say no. Onungo nyo and wa maniu ni batankana kurwan. Hati maniu ya kukwatira honka hole muntu wambararahan. Why don't you concentrate on industrializing this place? And leave things of Britain to the Britons. And we start our own clubs here in Mbarara and take them to that world stage. Guys, there's always a starting point, isn't it? There's always a starting point. This Mbarara city was actually extended like Fort Portal, Arua, all the 10 new cities. We extended to farmlands, we extended to banana plantations, but what are we doing as cities? To urbanize, to industrialize, and conceptualize our future in the next 50 or even 100 years. Because the land is not expanding, the population is growing. And it's expected to hit 100 million by 2050, around there. When we become 100 million, is this land Uganda going to expand? Hell no. So what are we doing for the future generation? I always have very radical and weird ideas, but I think if we come together, all of us, these ideas can work. So I want to thank the people of Mbarara. I want to thank you for what I have seen, and also to warn you that please do not follow the cleaning days of Kampala. Let's do it every Saturday. Commander of the 2nd Division, commander of the police, can't we do that? Let's mobilize our people. Every Saturday we clean. And one day you will be declared a beautiful city. Imagine a tourist coming from even here, Rwanda. I am sorry even to make that reference because many people here don't want it. These are our children with a tiny economy, a tiny country. But a child is walking from school. They stop to weed the plants in the city. A child takes a responsibility. But here, an adult, man or woman, they drive into the plants of flowers that the city has planted. Like, what type of society are we? Tuetere mu kifuba tuhindure ibitekerezo ngo ebimuli bigiye ku kacebezi nyencha no parkinga mu motoka yawo. Like, why can't you preserve them? Even stop and make sure they are well watered. All this starts with us as a society. I want to end by thanking you so very much, and I want to come here and talk forever. You know, for me, I like teaching. I want to come here and sit and we talk forever, develop our cities, become role models, attract investments in these cities, attract tourism. Now imagine you're a tourist and you're seeing all these caveras flying around. You go disgusted. Have you seen guys who are posting on social media? I went to Uganda, I was a tourist, but look.
twakwakira ahari King Caesar University itendekero ry'ururengo rwa hiyo kandi obwa hateryine chata okutendeka beji bona ahari ururengo rwa Africa hekuretera mishomo nyamwingi erya rurengo rwa degree ahari munka medicine and surgery, law, business administration, applied economics, computer forensics, petroleum geoscience nendijo minji. Twine nendijo mishomo ya diploma in clinical medicine, community health, global business nezindi kosi nyamwinji ahari King Caesar University hati no basakoresa index ibiri zonka iyo kwa kana ne kwa munana nyensia yawe hinduke na munonga wamara kusharaho changari proti 22 King Caesar Road Gaba Kampala ningo teresimu ya noti 200 rwendi 11 250 ningo twicirira kibanja chite cha website www.kcu.ac.ug. King Caesar University, igniting the future.
Munywani wanje nakuretera amakuru marungi kurugo muri Legit Recruitment Consultants Limited. Otuyiro inekiroto cyo korora mahanga gaheru nka Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Kuwait na ganti nyamwinji munonga. Okwehandikisa no kwabusha ahamirimo yona nkogwa security guards, cleaners, waiters, waitresses, taxi drivers, supermarket attendants na habakozi bahabsha ibyenyonyi. Ekitebe cyito kikuru nshanjibwa mutundwe hihi na Kampala University omulimba rand nshanjibwa
emirimo erinkahe eri kunuri factory toko gishanga mu office factory gishanga nkahe buri zoba murareba kuno tinamanya abaro ko government yabayikira hano barabireho hanuya bagendine bushaninga ine kibagendine. So, Chokubanza Neda Kusima, I want to thank Bidia United Limited, this factory that you have toured, for the good job that you are doing. For the jobs that you have created, I'm told you are now employing 200 people. Hatara habantu magana abiri emirimo. Mumuterere mu ngabo kandi arashashura amashanyarazi mwene wohurira ga miliyoni 100 buri kwezi arakoze amashanyarazi ga miliyoni zingahe 100 buri kwezi konka ngo akozira umurimo gw'amanyi government tukagira ngo obushorobota oborekire VAT kushashura hamwe na income tax. So we exempted him for a number of how many years? 10 years or 5 years? Hamwe 10 years olewe aza kubara ali a holiday. Yeah. Urahati ya kuyatandishe kuche na muri hihi esente nyabura zibonire kukora. Wabo muri urobotale na ngole ngutokokoze sendebe gwamo ureba busobo obusoni bwo obusoni nikedebe gwamo hatiya. So we want to thank you and congratulate you for the contribution you are making to the economy. I want to thank the Presidential CEOs Forum, Irene Birungi Mujisha, and the Private Sector Foundation for putting together this business dialogue in Mbalala district. When we come together, we generate ideas on how we can develop policies that benefit you. We want policies that have been gotten input from the people that these policies affect. That's the reason why we are here. So we are here to listen from you, to exchange ideas so that we can develop policies that develop our country. And also, I want to inform you that the core of this, we want to encourage more production, more processing, and more exports. Those are the three things that we are after. More production, more processing, and more exports. When we do that, we'll have fulfilled our strategic mission of building an integrated and self-sustaining economy, as was laid down in the 10-point program by His Excellency the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. But also, we shall have fulfilled our strategy of import substitution and export promotion. We started in 1986 with only 81 factories. Mwaka gwa 1986 MC akabata kazigwa tukaba twine factories 81 konka mbweno hura makuru marungi hatiya twine umutwaro. By that time, we were importing some products. I mean, almost all the products were being imported. There were very few products that were being produced here. Konkahati, we are producing amagwa, balenda amagwa, turaga producing sugar, we are producing salt, we are producing mwareba haliya na za perfume tuwas producing nyimwazo na rebire perfume eri produced by coffee from coffee, amajuta, amabati, amategura mwagaleba, amategura haliya mwagaleba, Filipo Linkai, Filipo ogwe ni treasurer wanje, hakachiko kitu ka movement akakaba the district konka ya resire factory hanu yo gutegura omulimbarara ankole hanuyi ngero na tiyansha shurangu ma advertising konka mutashwa kugura gandi amategura gehegari hanuyi mwareba nankeji plastic chairs, and this strategy works. It has worked everywhere. In China, that's what they use. Habaru mutora producing amiz, ora producing la Kampala, ondisha kole ndisho factory Mbarara, ondisha kole Kabale, ondisha kole Nkahe. So niko turakora tuso. Kandi haruna nankeji na zawaya hati ya zawa twino mchara Lydia alihanuya owa mesha ora kataboka wena kijine nye akia mbire muta yirejeruho ya ogwe ni mwara wa sembule tina mwara juhulireho ahubwo ni mwara weye mgena kashira mu yaje kangumize bebi tata yatandikire so hati ara producing emitahingwa ara producing ati. Do you have a branch here? Oh, you supply here, but you are opening a branch. Ogwe, gumoye merirole, arakora, you keep standing, Lydia. She makes 332 billion every year, 32 billion. No mukazi wa mani munonga. And she's paying 1.6 billion in taxes every year. She's a Ugandan. So you can see the progress we are making. So the point I'm making is that the country is making good progress. The scarcity of goods, we are knocking the imports day by day. That's what we are encouraging, import substitution and export promotion. That the things that we have been importing, we need to produce them here. And that's what we are doing. So government, even bigwe President Museveni, eri kuchikora henchi ekozirechi ninga sheri kukora chi kugira ngo iwe ori gukora business iwe ori processinga ogumizemu okore sente. Echo kubanza peace and security obusingi orera birahanuye nazo wase hamwenda urera twine hati regional commander ali hanuye konka mubwire bwa Amini okora muhikaho okora muhiko konka tena ali abari kumusindika no kumusindika mu factory baraja nguruka nguruko ndago nguruko abana bari ga kusindika ameka na nkeji regional commander wenu obusinje hati nobuki nobusinje enyuma ho hari umuhara makerere hari wate bitandisho ngo ni TikTok ati na mamura bimanya TikTok muragimanya hari umara birari ha TikTok arajya ngo we utakahura go bomu ko kweragamba ngo bishu bomeje gamba giteye ngo aretenga kura ngo kubomera giraki hagira wamugaruka mu yajya ngo toza mugadishu ngo kaza Somalia. So there is peace and security, and because of peace and security, this environment has created a number of factories. People are investing, people are trading, and the progress is being made. We are also trying and working hard to reduce the cost of doing business. First, we are reducing the cost of transport. The cost of transport. There's a time when in Mbarara from Kampala to Lakura, from Kabale to Kampala, you would take more than 8 hours. But now I take 5 hours, or sometimes 4.5 hours. Haruna Viringine driver Mushazi ya Jivuga, mu 3.5 hours. By then I was still very young. I had a very good car, a Range Rover. So he used 3.5 hours from Kabale to Kampala. In 2005, can you imagine 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours? This will facilitate trade. Transport facilitates trade. Ebintu waratwara kuruga okamara 2 days or transporting oratwara 4 days. Oratwara 4 hours. We are also trying to reduce, as His Excellency the President said, and we are committing to this, to reduce the cost of electricity. We want all manufacturers to get electricity at 5 cents. 5 cents. And at the moment, we have reduced the cost of electricity for manufacturers, big manufacturers, from 12 cents to now 5.7 cents. And we are continuing to reduce up to 5 cents. Then we want to reduce the cost of capital. We are working hard to reduce the cost of capital. To do this, we have invested money. We have put money in UDB. We have put money in all banks to facilitate agriculture-related activities. And I'm very glad that Bidya United has utilized the money from agriculture credit facility to put up this factory. Esente zako zesize zirukire mu sente za government ezitwatire mu bank. So nyabura tuenda kubagambira ngu omu banks, UDB, commercial banks, we have some money. Even farmers, you can now go to any bank and borrow up to 5 billion and the government will pay interest for you. Farmers, you go to a bank, borrow up to 5 billion, you don't pay interest, government pays interest for you. One point that the Honorable Minister, State Minister for Urbanization has said, Honorable Margaret Manga, is about locations of these processing and industries in the residential areas. Where I moved, Mchala Lydia nawe location yeyeri nawe tejizire. So I have been moving around, and we take note that some of the factories are in residential areas. We committed at the beginning of this term that we are going to develop 22 industrial parks. We came to Mbalala, we identified land, mukatuita katikwe. Awambara RCC will cross-check where this land is. So we want to develop 22 industrial parks. And so far we have developed over 12 industrial parks. So in every region, now our plan, the proposal that we are still working on, is to have a collection center of goods and products, but also have an industrial park. At least we start with every region. We have 18 regions, political regions, and we want to make sure that there is an industrial park over the medium term in these regions. So, Avalimu residential, we shall see how to help you so that we go in one, organize it, you electricity, we'll be able to give you all these facilities that you need in an industrial park. So that's what we are planning to do. His Excellency the President has also committed that when we start getting oil money, esente zananga tuli kutandika eza oil eyabunyolo tuli kutandika kuzibona mu mwaka oguningo gulije turaza kwa tulatunga 1.4 billion buli mwaka, and he has committed that this money will go to build SGR railway kandi zize kuombeka amashanyarazi ekindi zize okora irrigation. Ijo rombire ndikiruhura nambwe nediza wana ba muri mbarareje nkole yona omushana no mushana tikwe. So to resolve this we must do irrigation. This is what we are trying to do, and the government approved 168 million US dollars euros to put up solar irrigation systems across the country. Even that will not be enough, but the solution to increasing production will be irrigation, and that's what we are planning to do. Irrigation mu Runyankore niki? Kushcherera kandi mu Rutoro. Magure kitara kimanyi. Okwitirira. Nikwe mu Rukiga no kushchera. So that's what we are trying to do. We have also secured markets for you people, business people. Business people, we have secured markets for you. There is a whole market of Africa. We signed what we call African Continental Free Trade Area. This African Continental Free Trade Area has a population of 1.2 billion people. So what we are producing, whether you are growing or producing, know that you have a huge market. Don't think only about Mbalala. Think about the whole of Uganda, think about the whole of East Africa and the whole of Africa. So we have a population of Africa 1.2 billion. In 24 years, we shall be 2.5 billion, the most populous nation, continent on earth. Akokona nakatali. The other day I was in Nigeria marketing powdered milk. They are importing powdered milk from the Netherlands, when actually here we have a lot of milk. So tulenangu nagamate tugataninge into powder, then we can export it. So akokatale, that's no mulimo gwa government. We have secured markets for you for the African Continental Free Trade Area. We have secured the market for you for East Africa. Murahura President Arachigambo Bulizo, East African market, with a population of 336 million now, and we shall be 800 million in 24 years from now. Twina katale kahango munonga omuli China. Twajira katale omuli Europe. Konka obu butale bwa Europe bulenda ebintu bibiri. Production. Bulenda quantity and quality. Balenda nankeji omwani. Konka kutola twara yotanizi ishatu baguronda kuzirachi guwa. So that's why we are talking about more production, more processing, and more markets. So the markets we have, but we need the products to sell in these markets. Then these markets need standards. Then ngubagambire abambarara ngutwine kitongole ekibaleta UNBS waza kugura ekintu oshemero leba kantu kagizireki aka UNBS ka kataliho nandi kubuza haliya konka abakyala twabasasira bajya ngo aba UNBS batukererize konka twayija kukwereka ngo lebe yawo tuyamba konka nandi kubuza RCC ntabwo ntolikirize ibintu bitine bitari satisfied kubyereka minister kandi ukatambura RCC yanyebembire aranyereka ibintu bitari satisfied nandi kugambira nankogo nandi ngenda gambiro nandi kugambira nankogo division commander ngo mukwate konka abacyara bajya ngo tusasire ngo habwo kuba bacukererize. I want to inform you imwe bacyara mwe ebebintu ebyo ngo we have money, as Dr. Ruth told you, we have money for grow to support women for purposes of satisfying your products. Esente ziriho zo kubayamba. And also we have UNBS staff alihanuya ogomara linkaibish you stand up so abaletenga certification atarugambarara mutakwasire simu yeye akabahandika tukija tukabayamba to certify your products. That's the role of these ministries and departments, to facilitate you. Abukimwe nimwe muri creating growth, wealth, generating taxes, the taxes that we use to run government. So we should be able to facilitate you. So standards are very, very, very important. So we are really very happy to listen to you, to know the things that we should work on, and that's the reason we are here. We want to tell you that we want to spread wealth across the country. We don't want factories to be concentrated in one area. We want factories spread across the country. And that's why we are talking about agro-industrialization. Because when you create industries, the more industries you have, the more jobs you will create, and the more wealth that you get, and the more revenue you generate to run the country. So abambarara mwe bali munonga okwija mu bwinji okugamba habyenshi habyobushubuzi kandi nebyamakolero hamwe nebyo kukora enankeji esente omumaka gitu. Another cost of doing business eturu kugwanisa ni decision making okushanga oratwara ibipapura byawe mu office omuntu akaguma arezunguza mu ntebe arezunguza akamara wiki arezunguza wakireba hati akashitama habipapura mu mwanya go kushitama hanki hantebe ashitame habipapura mu mwanya go kushitama hanki hantebe haruha inagire nkata kabire na nkaminisa nkata kagire mu bya politics ndi kuronda nankeji ndi kuronda evaluation report turi kwatuza kupangisa twaza mu government chief barwazira nanka office omucya yagira ngo na mapena yagumale erebuzabuzi atinyi nakacumu na makacuma kanje ko kwandikisa tapanda kinyonda handikisa ka green so kuya AZAM nywani we antamusiki ati maya aragamba kinda teramanyise kinda mwamanyiki yabiramanyise okutuga ngutuko okole kintu batakuzire ki batakutujira nyabura abara batugisa korana mwe nuko ba UNBS bashemere ko abara bakolera habwabushi wahurira kandi mwata ibipapura bakole ibipapura nandi kumubuza hanuye inti waragaruka atogomarati atogomukazi atukamugambira pana uragaruka you come back wahura why UNBS it's you to facilitate them because they have ideas, they need to be certified so that the products are on the market. Haro kandi kinde kikwara ebire bamwaro nabaragura za cement bazite mu majugabo bashobora parking bazi reducing oshanga cement yaba iri kugo eshemero ko iri 50 kilograms bakutere mu 42 ohulire konki otagizire ki otachimanyire. So that's why we said now UNBS will be at the factory. All products from the factory must be certified, but also making sure that they are of the right quantities. Ku cement rijeka ikamu maduka ganyu hanuyi. Uraguza cement, iwaza kugura cement mu duka. Ashemera gite hanchi hamunzani. Uragireba wahurira abokubokwe government yarabasa kutagira ki kutahikayo konka UNBS eshemerere no munzani nago baragukwata mu muntu no munzani baragugira ki baragukwata. So UNBS eshemere kuja ekitureta muri calibration eshemere buli kwezi kugumere ijara leba ubwo munzani gurakora kurunji mwahurira rero iwe orebe ngu ni obushoborozi bwawe nuko kugira ngo wareba ha munzani omuntu yakuguza ikintu cyagire ki kitayikire kandi nuko kushobora kureba ngu ekintu kiwaza kugura kiriho akanankeje akamanyiso ka UNBS nako barakakwata mu umwe na umwe barakakwata mugeni turiruka abashuma turiruka bati so nibyo turimo because we are making very good progress. So we wouldn't have done all this. This country wouldn't be here if we didn't have very good leadership by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So muterere mu ngaro habwe byakozire byona kandi mwe turabasima mgenu turi hanuya okugira ngo mutubuze kebibuzo nka bitano then turebe tugarukeyo aho kazi tukwiruka no kurugambarara ukazamasako kazankahe ukazaruwa nankamagureta ine cities nkazinge zaraga ezalimu so kona turikwiruka bati kugira ngo tubahereze mwahurira. So mwebale munonga bambarara mwebale ndagira ngo nagamba kurunji aya nabirendi hanankeje hamukoro gwambara bankore muragamba binchi munonga aro nabirendi hamukoro gwa nankeje aro mukoro gutu ogunabirendi ho MC ya yijayamwe hura zayika shahina ne ina ishatu makumyana ataza twasigaza yo speeches 14 shayishatu nenda chika makumyana konga mbasiga speeches zingahe 14 kandi abambara abankore murakunda no kwente tinamente zona muzihaga ndahura bugamu na kwente mugero na yiti ko rugano ya ntinente mwebale munonga.
Mr. Minister Zamani Munonga, thank you so much, our dear Minister, our guest of honor, Captain Minister Argaho, mugenzi wawe Honorable Margaret, abasima mwebale Munonga style mbara. Kukuya gamba, of course, kama zinyakiro mamsezi, dine mamsezi kamova, dine tuachiri okwataho nsakwantu achibuzo byanyu mukubuza ba Minister.
Thank you so much. I am going to rush, but right now I'm going to invite Mr. Robert Birya. He needs in the bagambir na teta. That's very important. Those were the traditional names. I want to invite you to give us your word, to give us the story. Thank you so much. But after that, prepare questions in 1, 2, 3, 4 for the minister, and we shall move on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Basita. Honorable Minister, our chief guest, Honorable Bahati, the Minister of Trade, Minister of State for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, our Minister of State for Urban Development, Margaret Muhanga, the leadership of the Presidential CEO of FARAM, the Minister of Trade and Cooperatives officials who are here, the Mbarara State Association, Mbasita, the RCC, the RPC for Louis region, the 2nd Division Commander, Major General Paulo Muhanga, the organizers, invited guests, participants, we welcome you so much at Vidya United Agencies. I also want to recognize the directors, management, and the staff of Vidya. You can stand up for recognition, please. This is the team that is working hard to make sure this project progresses. My role here is really to welcome you and thank the Presidential Forum and Ambassador for choosing Vidya for today's workshop. We thank you very, very much. I will not take you through my bigger speech I have put down because the guests have already spoken. My role is just to say a few things. Now, Vidya as a company started around 1999 as a small business, small family business. We started supplying UPDF, and today we are still supplying UPDF and police. So we decided to invest in agriculture. We buy grain, we bulk, and then we process. Mainly, we do milling at a large scale. So we buy a lot of grain from different districts of Uganda, all the way from Hoima, Bunyoro region and Toro region. All those farmers bring their grain here. So we mainly do milling at a large scale. At the moment, every day we produce around 120 metric tons of maize, which we put in the market. And our bigger market is across the border. So we are promoting exports mainly. That's our target. We are in Rwanda, we are in DRC, especially Goma, Butembo, Bunia, and some other places like Bukavu. In all districts of Rwanda, you will find our products in the supermarkets, in the shops. We are there. So we are doing a lot of work here. You've heard about the number of people we employ, quite a number of people. Actually, they are well above 200, 300. Those are people who are directly employed here, but the indirect people who benefit from us, they are in thousands of people. We are expanding our operations. Very soon, by December, we shall have installed 10 metric tons of animal feed. So we shall be manufacturing animal feeds from here in Mbarara. By December, that factory will be complete. And we hope to employ more people and even buy more maize and soya beans, because we shall be having another machine, extruder that extracts oil, crude oil, which we shall sell to companies that produce cooking oil. And for us, our interest is the cotton cake that we shall use as a raw material to make animal feeds. So the poultry, people with the cows and goats, we shall be having those products here by December. The other challenge we have is, of course, power, but Honorable Minister, you have mentioned the program. The biggest challenge definitely here we have is power. Now you can imagine the machines are too huge. We cannot run those machines on the current power supply. So we requested the Ministry of Energy. They have authorized us and empowered us to make a dedicated line, which I hope by October it will be complete, so that we can be able to get enough power to generate the bigger machines we are going to install. So that is a big thank you to the government for that support. Also, we want to appreciate the government for the support. You mentioned the SCF funds through UDB, Bank of Uganda. We access that money through commercial banks. But also, there is another arrangement, support export. AZAM Bank is there. I am one of the beneficiaries. I've already gotten the money at a very low interest rate of 5%. So we thank the government for that support. So we are benefiting, and we continue to benefit. But the challenge we have in this business of milling is poor quality maize that the farmers supply to us. It is substandard. I don't know what UNBS can do in that area, but we need government to intervene and address that poor quality at the post-handling level. We have a big challenge. Every 100 kilograms supplied, we lose almost 3 kilograms of grain. So if government can address that, it will be of great help. Of course, another problem we have is the aflatoxins. You mentioned it. Most of the maize we get here is infected with aflatoxins. Okay, we have a laboratory, we check, so we reject a lot. Every day if we receive 20 trucks, we reject around 6 that are infected. So if government can put in an authority to address those challenges at the lower level, at the farmer level, it will be of great help to us, Honorable Minister. I want to end by thanking everybody who has come to participate on this workshop today. And I can't take it for granted that you choose our place to be the host. I want to thank the presidential the presidential CEO forum for partnering with Masita to organize this workshop. We thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yebale munongo mukuru mutere engalo zamani. yebare kugira ikitekateko cyangwa kurga 1999 up to now kandi ureba aho wahika kintu cyangwa utashe shaha umwamsezi kam twaza kwakira ibibuzo Simon tukuletera umuzindaro adenobuze.
I'm going to pick only four
people.
I've been advised. There, when the ministers leave, we shall continue asking. And we have the technocrats and technical people to keep. And one, I don't want embossed stories, just ask a question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bwana says, I always say this happens to be my product, and I'm very proud of you. I'm Tumsime Deusdedit. I'm chairman Uganda Aquaculture Cooperative Union, and we largely deal in fish. And mine goes to the Honorable Minister of Trade. Honorable Minister, I'm very glad that you have mentioned something about industrial parks, and which is in line with what actually Uganda Aquaculture Cooperative Union is moving towards too, and ours is actually aquaculture parks. And unfortunately, aquaculture parks are not falling under the industrial parks you are talking about, but we could take advantage of that. As a national union, we have already identified 6 areas where these aquaculture parks could be located free of encumbrance, but we are still looking forward toward support towards putting in place these aqua parks. Even in Mbarara here, we have actually identified 2 places, one at Guampara Farm School and another one in Rucheche, just a few kilometers from here, where we could have such an aqua park that would be self-encompassing, having production units, having a hatchery, having value addition materials, having a feed mill, mention them. But if you can acquire that, Honorable Minister, I want to inform you that on behalf of Southwestern Aquaculture Cooperative Union, I applied for a feed making machine for fish. And feed happens to be the biggest challenge that fish farmers are facing. And for the 3 years down the road, I've been following up and only to be promised every year, come next year, come next year. And Assistant Commissioner Julius Bataringaya is very much aware of what I'm talking about. And now that you are here, I would be very happy if this machine could be released to be a relief to the fish farmers in this region. And finally, you also talked about funds that can actually help farmers. Honorable Minister, apart from the levels of the barriers, I want to assure you it is not all that easy as you may think to actually access this fund. If I could actually say, can we have hands of just a few people from this audience who have benefited from such a funds? You would actually be surprised. You would actually be surprised. I don't want to do that. You could do it yourself. But there are very, very, very few people that actually access that fund. Otherwise, Minister, thank you very much for being around. And I imagine you are coming here. We shall benefit from that. Thank you so much.
Please, members, try to be brief.
Yeah, at the
10 second questions. Try to be brief, please.
Avuzo. It is over. Baram Yarya and Quatra corruption.
Gender balance.
Okay. Gender balance?
Yes.
Okay. One mshija, omukazi?
Yes. Omukazi omushija.
Webali munonga chairman kumpo muchogu. Yenda kusima minister abokuyija omunumbarira. Ninyetwa hindisiwe Samwiri kampani eyinkora nayo neya Samero Foods Limited ne Sebichori turi omugrupe emwe nabirya. Konkitwe abantu abebyombe bice bitari level ya birya. Echo kubanza amashanyarazi agutukukozesa. Nkabirya gakukozesa wena abasa kwa nashashura shiringi nkabena. Including VAT. Hazi hitwa tukozesa ga runana. Haza aba omuntu wano basakora ahadabo the cost ya kozesa. Mukuzo mukatare kamwe. Tindukamye ngo umuntu ogwara yarugayo. In fact, some of them have closed. Abinji. I think you will agree with me. Obwomani butandika kakora ho mwaka gumwe kagwa. Private sector foundation meeting zazi tukushitamamu nabatugira ngo president akaragira ngo ikintu cy'amashanyarazi bakirevoringe. Cyamara imyaka mingi konka ngo kikabura kuba affected. Mwene bwana minister ikintu echo cyahika.
Thank you so much. Omukazi this time says rondo mukazi.
Gender balance?
Gender balance.
Okay. Banja ngo mukazi abashija mutanyi.
Gender balance.
Thank you, Chairman. Nyina kusima basita abakuterekanisa this function, and honorable ministers, you're most welcome. I'm called Mwijuka Jessica. I'm the president of Wiyenu. We do laundry bar soap. My question is, as we, the local investors and who are starting, don't we have, like, or can't you give us tax holiday for at least 3 years so that we can have the market to kore then tanga kushashira ngo kumukora band kututandika as immediately we start utanga kushashira mshoro takafunde chi magoba ogwa ndio kutwita webala minister.
Thank you so much. Aman
baramtandije this side.
Amon. Which team, Simon?
Webale bwana chairman, the ministers present. I have two major questions. One for Honorable Margaret Muhanga over the Kavera. We ran a crusade against Kavera. Parliament mwakoriteka likakoma nkai. And then how do you blame someone who has engwika Kavera kargao utachi implementing? Two. Echa kabiri mnywano wanje Minister wa Trade, State Minister wa Trade. Trade and industry mukonzire sente ruhanga koro muntu akamukora ngo akundwe yakole bintu ngo bikozesibwe ejenkora yo kwikiriza emiceri ya plastika ekizo mu Uganda etandikire ryari kandi tuzayi na nobushaza na namahuri bo pride ya Uganda is health mnumutibara mutta in the 40 years mwebane mnongo
yebare amoni omukazi bishop is a bishop
ebare mnonga kandi yabaginyi baitu Minister Margaret na Bahati mwebare mnonga abo kwisha no kutwereza ubwenge niyo cyanjye niyo mumanyandi advocate wabakuzire so kumukubana mugamba ne sente zo kuze tinka huri y'abantu abakuzire bone badronginga ngai abo ko kukura no kwa buryomwe nyine kitongore cya Ankole Old Persons Foundation batu no taidor kukifaho kumanya ngo at least at supporting arengogo muntu nabasa na ukubaho cyaba kugira ngo babahereze umwanya go kubatera uhereze center kumanya ngo tubakibasa kutsindikana tubakibasa mwenu abo ko muntu wena nakora hatankani ngenda straight hati ninchokomba ondisho nawe ine chini mwena nitekate ku program zani kitari cyaziriye azabantu b'imyaka 8 mitware bineshwe ko baneshatu yona ntekateka ngo nabagireho program bamanye ngo process nabone babasa kuba cared for babe planned for ikintu cyo kibase kuba yambanye nshakare yanjye kandi cya kabiri president obuyabe narabamo akatupromisinga ku expanding echayi cyanya cyarra abantu bambara batura bategereze nkiba cyabahora abantu bije nyonyeze ije abazungu bije mbwene kintu ekyo cyahikankaye nka briefing abantu bambara babasa kumanya ngo ubuzima echayi cyo nkibasa gukorwa ito tuganyurwe ukamushisa bampera munsha mwebare.
Thank you. I think batano tubahika.
Yeah, bahika. But I'm coming back.
The Catalan Traction Media Trade,
Honorable Minister, I think if you...
We can respond to these questions then. Twatunga chance. Ninga tuwache tubeta barazendijo. Fortunately, Honorable Margaret Yatragansa, she will be here with us all the time. So over to you, Minister.
Webale munonga kandi ni mwababuza mwebale bimwene byo kutuma akwagamba industrial park for fish like we have with the pharmaceuticals so echo nacho nejo kuleba kugira ngo twaba turi gukora industrial parks we can also have parks for some smaller or other products ekindi wagamba machine yawe okaba wa applyingire okay ngeno ashitamire habipapura kanda yine ntebe so ngeno waza kutoa copy tujigendane tikwe then you onempisimu yawe then ndakuterera samwi ekyamashanyarazi tukatandikana na factories empangoho konka strategy and the objective of the president no kuleba ngu twa budgo omwe wena ori kumanya yaisa hali 5 cents so niwe turi kwija konka niwe ndaza kutwara simu yawe tushe tuganireho manye kurungarungi ayi factory yawe rimwe norera ngo ekituri kugamba kuraja ngo izi factory zona ziri hamwe omu industry park chobire chorobi korobera okugira ngo buryo omwe atunge amashanyarazi hoka owatanu ya factory ndija kajita mayro 10 ondija kajita nkahe kiraguma kuba amashanyarazi gona gari ha same level so nico turenda ngo tukore industrial parks kugira ngo muze mu mwanya gumwe rero bimuretenga mwene babigire ki babibahereze aro waje ngo mutuhe mishoro hati aro incentives ezitwine mgeno lenka mukama weji factory wati atari kutungana nkeji tari ko mushoro mgeno okashara magezi ki niweja ohabule abantu oka emishoro mingi eriho incentives nyingi ziriho nkecho kureberaho waba uri kuimportinga echoma cyo processing tora hamushoro urakiretera busha kunkora shanga bumwe tutarakimanya nico turenda ngo tugume turija hanu ya tubashoborore tuze ha radio tubashobororere mgeno turaza kutunga incentives zona ezitwine omubiragiro byitu tuzohereze omu office ya RDC aze ha radio ninga commercial officer abashobororere incentives ezitwine waza mu industrial park rwo mu ya Uganda oka investinga kuita sente zimwe turakwa incentives zo kumara omwaka enanka emyaka 10 yona owulire so haro incentives nyingi tinda mgenu tuzibahereze umuhando gubonire gwo kuzibahereza ni guha okuzaha radio ninga shi okohereza mu office ya RDC kugira ngo ashoborore bona muraja ngo tukore tuta tukozese RDC boss kasita mwine wa association hano mbasita so twaza kuzikora kurungi tuzibashororenze kurungi biragiro eziri mu investment code ezidwoku zona tuzibihireyo abo kimwe nimwe bakama bari gukora bari kutungura ihanga ryitu imwiti mushemere kwa murafayo murategana harebyo niko tushemere kwa turagira ki turazibatebekanisa ukamanya unatora hati ndashashura mushoro natora hati ndagira ki tindashashura mushoro nakore iki tindagira ki tindashashura incentives turaza kuzibahereza mbasita chairman ari hano chairman wogo so chairman atari mushabira gwa kashatu njana bikoherereza hati no kukoleraho agwa kashatu no more sleeping aza nabikwa ni otabyama UNBS, do you have anything to talk about the standard of rice? UNBS, do you have something to talk about to answer that question of standard of rice? Umo muzindaro.
Thank you very much, Minister. My name is Judith, and I'm a senior officer at Uganda National Bureau of Standards. All rice that is being imported in Uganda, it goes through PIVOC. If it is not through PIVOC, it is inspected at the border. And we always encourage, in case you find such rice on market, please call our free toll number and report such cases. The problem is, Minister, the consumers don't usually report. They find such instances there and they keep quiet. So how shall we get to know such culprits if you're covering up for them?
Have you heard them?
Let them speak loud so that I hear. I'm not hearing.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Ogogo, they are saying, how does it get to the market? Do you test them?
Where our officers are at the border points, we usually test all the rice that come in. That rice that you see, maybe it's going through other border posts that we are not aware, or where our presence is not.
So, Oria Mushiya Mumuhe Omzindaro Turechi Aragamba, Yaemera ile chairman atatuzibira kurugambarara.
Wabare minister mbwenu abanye-Uganda tinko mechi tukwenda bataye bitu. Actually, the best could have been an apology, we forgive you, other than telling all that other lingalingaling answers. It is true. We have got stores around Chisenyi where they mix them from. And you are aware. You are even aware that is 50-50. 50 Tanzanian rice, 50 plastic. But do you think about people's lives? How would you feel when your mom in the village is eating a plastic rice? How do you feel when your dad in the village is eating plastic eggs that because you want money?
So wajirango oramanya ibara gukorera.
Because it's a deal. They strike their deals.
So mweno gomushia ya jangwara hamanya kwaza kumweo information, we follow it. So we are going to we are going to strengthen our enforcement tuzoramisho okuleba ngu ebintu ebitali standard tibyaza mu katale konka nimwe turabashaba kugira ngu ena road torogine oraza kugita MC yaza kugihandika twine toll free number walebe kintu cyota ekigwire akatali nyabora OTS habwo kuba esimejo torashashura oratero teo kandi obuzo owajikwata lero are going to strengthen our enforcement so that no products that are not supposed to be there are on the market. Echaka vera Joshua oine answer mumo muzinda ogweni commissioner Dr. Mutambi, do you have any information about Kavera?
Yeah, the current one, Honorable Minister, is that in 2018, the Parliament approved the ban of the plastic bags below 30 microns or single-use polythene bags. The challenge is on the enforcement. How do you follow up? How can you test? How can you tell that this is 30 microns or below? Now, the discussion has come back again to Parliament on the total ban. But then what are the alternatives? So government is also considering that before we put a total ban, can we first also increase on other productions of other alternatives? So it is still a debate going on, and soon we'll get the solution. Thank you.
So mgeno ejonayoni opportunity yoku developing alternatives for this. Abachara babiri bari kuri ina abachara babiri basiberereze mikono hali hagataho baho mwe kimwe then tugumizemo
abachara bonkaho narebo
hayo nk'abantu nk'ababiri ninga bashatu then tumalira aho bandi
yebare Honorable Minister omukyaro go yampereza omugishango nkubuze konkane banyeta Alex Atwire kandi ninkura ekitongole cy'abari kweta Mbarara District Farmers Association and Farmer niyenda kwebaza okuba Minister w'umukozi konka hariho akantu kamwe nkitwa abahingi esente ziwagambe ziri interest free ezagira mu commercial bank abahingi n'abariso mu Uganda yo nabo kurenga ubucweka nshanju average acreage nerga 2.5 ezar 5 owagera nyingi konke sente zo bakazikapinga a minimum ya 50 acres. We had a meeting at our offices twaita abahingi bona twashanga ngo n'omuntu omwaka orufayingire esente zo kana zo takazitungire bwenu okushaba kurukuti kumuragara cyeyo abo kuba cooperatives is under your docket farm organizations nazo nizawo mu revising minimum ya 50 acres to a reasonable average eyabanya Uganda bakubasa kubasa ekyo nkibasa kutubasa kutunga sente. Thank you very much.
Mgeno wa kanka option eka zingae
minimum if it around 5 acres on average at least abantu bingi bakabasa kuganyirwamo. Thank you.
Turaza kukirebaho but the intention was kugira ngo tutunge abantu abine hitaka gijireyo to promote big commercial farming so that we boost production. Twachita hansi munonga kirabasa kuta kuisaitu ekituretenga mgenu wale banko inente maybe wajira argument ke kugira ngo on 5 acres you can do zero grazing. So you don't have to have 50 acres to go into grazing. Bonka, we shall
Thank you, Minister. I can have an appointment. I come with a delegation. We discuss a reasonable acreage. Then to General Mish. Weber Munonga.
Kare Weber Munonga. Orisha Gali.
Nyona Mande. I'm very ready.
Thank
you, Minister. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Mwebare Munonga.
Amazina and Claire Kashija, member wa Salam Dwellers International.
Yeah.
Member wa Salam Dwellers International. Koko gamba akavera, ukajanga uti alternative.
Salam Dwellers.
Salam Dwellers.
But producing a child.
And we are vocal people for the people in the Salam areas.
Okay.
Koko gamba akavera, nkitobo Muslims, tushanga kutukweta alternative. Already tunobujega, tuna small industries, abantu bakora byo mukono byingi, tuna envelopes. Kandi akavera kinoburemezi bw'amani munonga hitaka na net kwa tambura hona. Tukwetaga kugira ngo tujye alternative now, cash stopping immediately. Abantu abakora envelopes na small industries zibyo bukora. Tukwetaga alternative pa now is enough, we've got enough. Waza bramwe wona kavera na kavera, kariyo ka promoting na flying toilets. Instead it should be stopped today. Thank you very much.
So mwenu ndi hano yanda mugenzi wanje Margaret Muhanga wahurira bari kugira ngo they already our work was the alternatives we have, but now the already we have enough. So Mutamba, can we do some quick analysis so that we can advise cabinet on what can be done? Check whether we have enough production in the country, and then we advise government. Omchara Hanuya.
Every mnonga minister mazina and sabit kashaka Ruth.
Konka turabaga hano ya ba ministers babiri kuninye mwabihonda kusha.
Thank you, Honorable Margaret. You challenged us and we shall try to catch up. Now, Honorable Minister, my question is about industry of fish. Abantu bona bajubi question yabo yibarukubuza obutimbo bumuru kuzibira kujubo mu nyanja kandi aba URN babucharging omushoro gwijo mu Uganda korukuza aho bakufishingira hone no shanga amaduka gaterera ine gabutunda teba kugakwataho konko mujubi kwa kweza kujuba yi hamwe byenyanja bakwata katimba ne byenyanja bye babitwara aha bwenki ntushaba ministries kumanyana abarukuzibira kujuba nakatimba ko kumanyana n'aba URA kugira ngo ubutimbo bo butataho mu Uganda bari mnonga
mbweni imwe abajubi nanda bashaba mu association ahori hona uwo twandikira kabaruha then nkaba minister wa agriculture wa finance nitwe tushitama tukibonera umubazi yabuka no kuyamba yesurumi naza kusigira simu tichiretenga ngo girete Kampala urajiwa uri ha WhatsApp esimu yawe wandikizwe mu mazina gawe urama wo mucyaro barabara tujya ngo mu mazina ganje ngo wataho zona zirayikaho dada waza kudutika kusindikire ategera wenziro atireka kwendisha. So I'm going to give you my number, then you give your complaint in writing so that we sit and resolve. Yes, yeah. So titwa amalira hona kumwa ababinji
that you want to answer something clarification on it.
From URA. Okay. URA. You Hanu why URA by the way. Why URA at Hanu, yeah? Do you know some incentives as twin?
I was just responding on the
nets.
On the nets.
Echo twachimara hano yo mucyara. Reka ugari buhandike mu bwanyuma musigaza.
Noreba kuyagamba yajangu URA n'ikirezo butimbobo. URA te kubukiriza na nyuma y'abazyo tubukwasire bunagana hamwe na cyameka. Hip yamani yo butimbobo tukorana n'aba fisheries ekintu cyone kikwata abyenyanja. Tuine officer wa fisheries nabanza atera mu stamp tubona kuciya homshore nyuma y'abazyo mbire ncyanka hip bears nyingi za zo butimba obo butakwikiriza bo ntubukwata kandi bwinji obutwine nabo cyo URA is very sensitive regarding this na yemera ku defending ekintu ekyo yes kandi wachurra narware bahuri naba yoni bese bariyaha no tureba nabwo nubwo kwa police ntukora nayo ne kwato butimbo tukwikiriza banakati against the policy. Honorable Minister, Habaharo.
So ibyo uri kumkwehura bigambire bona kandi
nabashabire honorable minister kugira icyo nagamba kike umuceri ogumwana mugamba tubire turiyo meeting mutukura na commissioner wa trade external trade commissioner kamutahi wa engineer Mtambi jangu tuzakureta machine tuhandikire kushaba minister wa trade kwikiriza gukorana n'aba research ya Kawanda abo kubabo n'abakugu omu seeds ombyo kuryeyo tugire machine eze mutukura ebase kutestinga buri kimwe cyone kitahamwe special rice machine ejo neja kuba neja kuangusya I mean to be able to test or to identify that this rice is from, especially to rice traders that are here, that this rice is from Tanzania and this one is from Pakistan. Konkeche chakavera chocha chitakizire kumbwe nobuchija echo ntekwa kuchirwana humangu kuria kavera ninke chibi nacho kiriya. We need to work together tukukira minister wenka nechitu twena kukora munonga kureba ahari tukatera induru akavera kareta na corruption eyamani corruption wahura kuchira notera induru ntwasa kuchizibira chikakoma. So machine will be at mutukura to test all the rice import. That's what we wrote to the minister and it will be worked on so that twase kureba turakora mchero yaba the minister.
Mwebale mwena twenda kubashaba minister kuko mwabareba. Yes, you have two questions. Yes, honorable minister shano banzo shitame, then we can have honorable so to respond to some questions.
Thank you very much, Mbarara Traders. I am really happy I came here today. And I want to give you good news because I don't want you to be in despair. The good news is that as Minister for Urban Development, we are going to do some roads in this city. And we are doing roads in 10 cities. Good tarmac roads with street lighting. One of them is Kitunzi Link. The other one is Kitunzi Road Links. These ones have already been designed and finished. I don't know whether there are people from the local government of this city. Those are not the only ones we are going to do in these 6 years of the new UCHMID project, but there are other subsequent ones that will come. But don't dry cassava on these roads. Use them for trade, for access to schools, hospitals, and everything that brings development to this area. About the Kavera, I want to go back to personal responsibility. It's like we are throwing every responsibility to somebody else. Itwo bujunanizibwa bwaitu nebuhanka abantu nukwatandike meya tayizire kutabara Kavera kandi yongugizigati yawo kano hajwira Kavera na zinu echupa hatu ajya kunywa amaizi gano buli muntu wena ijya kungura echupa hakasangi. By tomorrow the whole of this place will be littered. Really, whose responsibility is that? We have to take personal responsibility. Tuleke kuikariza government meya manyoha. What have you done yourself? The Americans say that before you ask America what it has done for you, what have you done for America? US yawe jikolireki kugiha mu burofu buno. kandi akaveera n'ecupa zino tiziri kuleeta oburofu kwonka nezireeta endwara because the water is clogging in here and then mosquitoes are breeding and you are getting malaria, then overwhelming the health sector. Abantu bambara obujunaanizibwa bwaitu nibuha obujunaanizibwa nimubweta mutahani tulibwa obujunaanizibwa. Finally, ningoza mumanye ngu site enu obutoreija kubakorera enguudo nyabura inywe mutataho resistance because we shall move to another city to end a clearance what is called right of way. Oburatandika nyowe omusiri gwanje gwe bitakuli bajja kutwaraho amatuti abiri aho turugaho orugudo nturuleka. World Bank teyenda toko teyenda nganane nibenda basange ngo buli muntu wena on that road aikirize that they want this development in their area so that we can make our cities better. Tunuku mumpulire betukani musana mwajua mbakozese mwaka sasa is again kale kambaleke, but that is what I wanted to tell you. But I'm coming back sooner or later because we are coming to see your readiness to take on those projects that we are going to do in the urban centers. For the planners in this city, start planning today. Chali mbarare teija kusana Kampala. Kampala ekafoka kintu kindi. Kati ndiyo ninduwana na abebembezi tukwate the capital city tugiheho tugiteke handi. Look at development again in all areas. We shall not throw it in Arua, but we shall only use within the center of the country so that whoever is coming from the north or from the south, we meet in one point. Kampala remains as a business city and we take the government out of it. The government means the MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, so that we decongest the city, develop other areas. Because if we don't develop other areas and we speak about 70% of the GDP of Uganda being in Kampala metropolitan area, how about here? Like you have 1%, Arua 2%, because they are at the border. Really, development must go to all parts of this country. And I support Honorable Bahati's idea that you must have an industrial park here in Imbarara. The beauty is that you already have the land, such that whoever is manufacturing goes to the same place. About fishing, plastic rice, I want to say something, Bahati, because I have studied development economics and I understand world trade. Sometimes we pick things that are not workable. Have you heard about plastic eggs and plastic fish? They don't exist. And I want to tell you that nobody has ever made that egg. So you are joining a war that is not yours. The West are fighting China's development, which they can no longer do. China has already left them. They need to get to understand it. I hope the press don't quote this, because I don't want to be blacklisted. But the thing is, trade, they are fighting China's progress, and so they will start a story that they've made plastic fish. How do you make plastic fish? It's impossible. How do you make plastic rice, Jesus Christ? It can't be bad rice, but not plastic. How do you manufacture rice? How do you manufacture fish? It's just not possible. So don't join those trade wars. I think you hear them. Trump talking everything ill about China. China has left. It has taken off. I told you they have achieved in 30 years what America achieved in 250 years. So they are jealous, definitely, because they are a superior race. Please don't quote these journalists. Do not. They are a superior race, that's what they think. So they think that Africans will never develop without them. But do you know that we are the future of this world? Do you know that Africa is going to develop and catch up? You are not believing in yourselves. I am so sad. Do you know that Africa is the future? You know it? Do you know what is happening in those Western worlds? You ask Bahat. People have gone at the back. They are no longer having children. Others have gotten totally disoriented. They do not have a future. The future ends with the generations of those of Trump. The future is you guys. You people here and your children. You will conquer the world as Africa one day. They have left religion, which they brought to us. You wait. You see, even if you are not a Christian, there is also karma. And it is following. The way they colonized us, plundered, the next chance they will be just returning whatever they plundered from here. Do not lose hope. It's not in our generation. But 2 generations from now, this Africa will be employing the white people on our farms to teach them how to dig. At that time, we shall even have tractors. But we are the future. I do not want any African to think that we are not making progress. We are making a lot of progress, and we are the future. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome Dr. Medard Bitekerezo, my friend for a very long time. When I was Minister of Health, he was the head of NDA. We've been together in many things. And I want to thank him for being a very vibrant and patriotic Ugandan. Thank you, good people, and may God bless you.
Mbaterengalo zamani ba minister wetu zamani mnonga for thank you Honorable David, thank you Honorable Margaret. Then on behalf of these people, I'm requesting that at least you introduce these barazas, you meet people. Tuweta kumanya maybe ogomchero gwa plastic na n'ibinyanja biriho. So thanks for giving us good information. So tuweta kumanya ni basiga irangi aha bintu bitu. Right now, I want to call RCC just to give vote of thanks. Then to give a group photo kache, to shongori. Ihanga then abakura batu basibure. Ntutuguma, we are still here.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Trade and Industry, and Honorable Minister for Urban Development, and the other stakeholders, because we are short of time. I want to say that Mbarara is privileged to have hosted the 2 ministers who have very vital information for us. I can't thank you enough. Honorable Minister, this gathering you are seeing here was organized by Mbasita together with the CEO Forum of the Presidential Initiative. But I think we still lack to do more mobilization. If we all get together and do mobilization, we would have tripled this number, and the traders and the people have a lot of issues that the ministries can handle. But we want to thank you that the time you've given us, Honorable Ministers, was very important. It was an eye-opener that now we can talk one-to-one with the ministers. The ministers have been in office and working, but this issue of holding such a barazas, people are appreciating, people are happy because they can express themselves, they can talk for themselves. So, Honorable Ministers, we welcome you. We should even organize bigger crowds for you so that you come and address us in different sectors. We engage and make Uganda move in the direction we best want. We want to thank His Excellency for having appointed you, ministers. Honorable Margaret, when I was in Fort Portal is the cleanest city in Uganda. I was an RCC there, and we had cleaning as a must-do. before this one was introduced. In Fort Potro, we would do cleaning as a must. So, Ugandans, please, don't ask why we have Kavera when we actually get it and even dispose it badly. It's a high time that we think about ourselves. When we introduced cleaning here, people refused and locked their houses and slept. But this time around, dear people, abanyambara hati kanga ambor nyankori, abanyambara hati twaza kuzomu cleaning every na mwenda. Ntuza kubakwata, abakwantu wendango cleaning yorukutandikiro wawe. Konko muntu na ayechinjirana n'uburofabu. Hariho n'utwayenzere kurwana nawe, ayanjire ngo budeya bwanje tumukubutwara ubwo burofu. Can you imagine? So, ninjira ngo twetekatekeho, twakatekeraho government etukoreire ki. Nibwo turejeje kumanya ngo twena turi abanya-Uganda twine responsibility yo kwereberera, then na government ekatwongerera. Mwebare munonga nimanya ngo mwine emirimo mingi, but we pray that we keep engaging. Tuzaguma ntubeta, ntuzakubarisya, because ntwenda ngo abantu behurire kuruga harimu. Mwebare munonga. Abarikwenda gumaha mukabuze buzo, Honorable Bahati yagira ngo ngumaha mubuze buzo birikwenda ngo babigarikemo mbibahandikire mbibatware beje batuhereze audience babigarikemo.
Thank you mukuru RCC muterengero zamani. Of course baraza zuko twashaba ministers beje kuzitwereza tukume tuzigire abantu mwije mbuze buzo, you never know aho kubaje ngo nikisanja hakuna sleep. So nanishaba organizers muje tuyoka akatuta katukate hariya, then tugireho group photo just abo omukuru aratugambire then tubone ku kusibura aba ito tugumaha tugambe nshonga.
Okay, thank you so much, Kenneth. I take this honor to invite the ministers, the RCC, our commercial officer, and I would like to recognize in a special way. There is a delegation that has come from Kampala, National Entrepreneurs and Traders Association. And I am inviting my organizing committee. You also come and we take this photo. Robert, you're already here. PSFU staff, PCF staff, commissioners from the Ministry of Trade. The security team. Yeah. Go breathe. Okay, thank you so much. DJ, can we let us have the national anthem?
Yes.
One stanza.
You can stand up to remain here.